If you love honey, you've come to the right place because, hun, this light honey cake has to be one of my most beautiful bakes. Look at her, she's glowing. And her beauty isn't just external. Did you know honey is a natural and healthier substitute for sugar? And it's packed with antioxidants, has been linked with many beauty benefits, and has shown immune boosting and anti-cancer properties. I made this recipe with lots of substitution options, so hopefully you can make it with what you already have at home. Just make sure you have some good quality honey, as it's the most prominent taste throughout the cake. It honestly is absolutely delicious. It drips out honey with every single bite, and it's so soft. Make sure to follow Unsinfully Sweet for more recipes like this one.
How to make the best ever silky lemon butter pasta. Start off by melting 4 tablespoons of butter in a large skillet. Add 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder and whisk to combine. Add 1/4 cup of dry white wine, I like Chardonnay, and then crank the heat in order to simmer and reduce the sauce for a couple of minutes. Next, add 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream. Let the sauce simmer for a minute and then add another 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream. Next up, fresh lemon juice from 1 lemon. Turn the heat setting to low and continuously whisk the sauce on and off until your pasta is done. Add the cooked pasta to your simmering sauce and season with a little bit of black pepper before serving. I am going to show you how to make a delicious fruit dip that your whole family is going to love. You're going to put cream cheese in a bowl. I just had these pouches because this is Costco life for this busy mama. Normally I use a tub. Then what I'm going to do is add a pretty large teaspoon of brown sugar, and then you're going to add probably about a teaspoon of vanilla. Then you're going to stir it all up. It tastes like cheesecake. It's amazing. All kinds of fruits, apples, strawberries, grapes, all the things. And it's delicious. You gotta try it.
This is my absolute favorite healthy pasta recipe, and it only requires 2 ingredients to make this noodle from scratch. Start with any bag of riced cauliflower. Throw it in your microwave for 3 to 4 minutes and throw it into a bowl. Next, all you need is some flour. I like to pour from the heart. Give it a good mix. Once it's in a little ball like this, form your pasta noodle. Now you can cook this in your air fryer at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 14 minutes or throw it in a pan on medium heat. For the sauce, I like to saute up some onions. I use this vodka sauce from Aldi's. Added my seasonings, basil, garlic salt, put whatever you want in, give it a good mix. Throw it over your vegetarian pasta noodle. Guys, your friends who don't even like vegetables will love this recipe.
Okay, let's make this braided salmon. Remove your skin, then start about 2 inches down and cut your salmon into 3 strips and then braid it. Then cut some lemon, put that down in your dish and put your salmon on top of that. Now season up your salmon. I'm using Old Bay, onion powder, smoked paprika, and dill. Now create your favorite crab cake recipe. I prefer to use jumbo lump crab, and instead of breadcrumbs, I use lump crab meat as my binding agent. Now take your crab mixture and you just want to layer that across the top of your salmon. So here's the mountain so far, but we're not done yet. And it just wouldn't be right if I didn't do it my way and add the jumbo shrimp on top. Top it off with some melted butter and some Old Bay. Pop this baby in the oven and enjoy, you guys.
Stop making the TikTok feta pasta and start making this truffle mac and cheese. We're gonna take some sliced baby shiitake mushrooms, cut it up and add it to an oiled pan. We're also gonna add some scallion whites and about a cup of Pinot Grigio. Next, we're gonna add some cream cheese as well as some heavy whipping cream. Then we're gonna go in with our cooked pasta and a little bit of pasta water. I'm adding Gruyere cheese and a white cheddar cheese to this. And for the most important part, we're gonna add that truffle oil to give it that delicious truffle taste. We're gonna add that to a pan, add some panko breadcrumbs, and then we're gonna broil that on high to give it that nice toasty color. Then I like to top it with some scallions and a little bit of green onions. And there you go, this stuff is so easy and it's so delicious.
The greatest mashup you never knew you needed: French onion soup, grilled cheese. Let's make it. Start with however many onions you want. I did a combination of red, yellow, and shallots. Salt them and then cook them in the olive oil for about 25 to 30 minutes on medium heat. Then season with dried thyme and black pepper. Remove half for the grilled cheese. To the rest, add some beef broth and garlic powder and Worcestershire sauce. Bring to a boil. Reduce to simmer. Set aside. To the bread, add some mayo, mustard. I use cheddar cheese and Gruyere. Use whatever kind of cheese you want. Place the onions right in the middle. Slather the top of the bread with mayo. Grill it up until it's nice and toasty. And you have...
Today we're making my version of Irish soda bread. No kneading, no waiting, no yeast, and thousands of you guys requested it. If any of my friends on here are Irish, please let me know how I did in the comments. Back home we have our own soda bread, but yours is better. Let's go. Sift 4 cups of flour in a big bowl. As you can see, I'm weighing all my ingredients for you guys. A teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of baking soda, and 2 tablespoons of cold cubed butter. Smile! Baking should be fun. Incorporate that butter with your hands really well and then add in your buttermilk. You need buttermilk for this recipe. No kneading, just combine it together until a dough forms just like this. Once your bowl is nice and clean and your ingredients are combined, flour your baking sheet, shape your dough ball, and flatten it. Now we score the top and optionally brush your bread with some egg wash. Preheat your oven to 425 and bake your bread for 15 minutes. Reduce the heat and bake for another 30 minutes. Let it cool down, enjoy, and don't forget to follow me for more.
Cheesy chicken bacon ranch bombs. These are super easy to make and they're always a crowd pleaser, so let's get into it. Start off with 2 cans of Pillsbury biscuits, roll them flat and set them aside for later. You're gonna grate up some mozzarella and some cheddar. Make sure you give a little bit to the dog, say hi to Obi. From there you're gonna fry up about 6 pieces of bacon. And then you're gonna season your chicken with salt, pepper, paprika, and garlic powder. Hit it with a little bit of olive oil and put it into a 350-degree oven until the internal temperature hits 165. From there, you're gonna cut your chicken up into very small pieces. And then in a bowl, you're gonna combine your cheeses, your bacon, and your chicken. Hit that with about a half a cup of ranch, mix it together, and then fill your biscuit. You're gonna fold it over, pinch the side, and then roll it flat, and then into the oven at 375 until they're golden brown. Serve those with hot sauce and a little more ranch.
Alright, here's how to make turtle bread. I was really proud of this one. So, you're going to start by adding instant yeast and sugar to your milk. Then grab flour, sugar, milk powder, matcha powder, salt, an egg, and your yeast mixture and knead that together. Then add softened butter, and then let the dough rise for about 90 minutes. So the shell of the turtle is going to be kind of a chocolate cookie crumble. I'm going to throw the ingredients on screen so you can see them there. Once the dough has risen, you can start shaping them into their little turtle shapes. And don't forget to add the cookie crumble on top. I use black sesame seeds for the eyes, then sprinkle with sugar and let them rise for another 30 minutes. Then bake them, and yeah, turtles.
Costco chicken bakes in 60 seconds. Here we go. Start with the chicken. Grill it off, cool it, chop it up, throw it in a bowl, cover it in Caesar dressing. Make it or buy it, it's up to you. Let's make the dough. Flour and salt, set it aside. Water, sugar, yeast, let it bloom, add some oil. Mix it up, form a ball, knead it, put in a bowl, a little oil, cover it, let it rest. Let's saute up some bacon, add that to our chicken, little cheese, mix that up. Get that dough, look at that. Portion it out, roll them to size, put your filling. Keep this nice and tight when you do it. Brush it with some Caesar dressing, roll it in the Parmesan, 450 degrees for about 20 minutes. Look at that. Wow, what a treat. Cheers, everyone.
You can make the best broccoli soup of your life with 3 ingredients. I'll explain. Now let's go! You just need some boiling water, some salt, and some broccoli tops. Just boil for about 10-15 minutes or until it's easily pierced with a knife. Now just drop it in a blender and just blend it up. About 30 seconds and it's done. And there is your broccoli soup. Garnished with whatever. I'm just doing a little olive oil, a little buttered sourdough. Yeah! Oh, well my friends, hope that helps. You know I love you and I'm out!
This pasta takes 10 minutes to make. Broccolini cut in half, then thinly slice the garlic. A little bit of chili flake in there as well. Get the pan hot on medium-high heat. Then salt the water and drop the pasta. A smaller pot will give you more starch. Olive oil in, then add the broccolini and a little bit of salt. Brown the broccolini, and after 5 minutes of cooking, add the garlic and the chili and more oil. Cook until that browns, and then kill the heat, and then pasta water goes in. Heat back on. 2 minutes before the pasta is fully cooked, add the pasta to the pan with pasta water as needed and agitate until the sauce emulsifies. Plate it up and top with a little bit of pecorino cheese and forget about it.
This dessert is called Dragon's Beer. This dessert originates from China, and it's cotton candy that you make with your hands. 2 cups of sugar, 1 cup of water, half teaspoon of vinegar, and 1/4 cup of corn syrup. Bring to a boil. Add in some food coloring. Once it's hot enough, remove from heat. Pour into round container. Let it cool down a bit and then dip into powdered sugar and cornstarch. Form the sugar into a giant circle and then twist it over itself and just repeat that over and over again. It's gonna end up creating thousands and thousands of strands of sugar. So cool. It kind of looks like hair. Look how thin! Look at that. Now it really does kind of look like a dragon's beard, and there's thousands of layers of this beautiful cotton candy. I'd definitely give it a try.
If you love hash browns, you'll want to watch this. Start by grating 2 parboiled potatoes until you're left with the skin, then add them to a bowl with an egg white, some salt, and 2 tablespoons of corn flour. Give that a mix until nicely combined, then shape into hash brown. Then you want to put them in the freezer for 20 minutes to set, and then heat up your oil until it's sizzling. Lay them in the oil, and then flip them after a few minutes until they're nice and golden, then repeat on the other side. Transfer them to some paper towel to drain the excess oil, give them a good pinch of salt, and then you're done. I also made tater tots, so don't forget to follow if you want to see that recipe as well.